All my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay, so when I die, I ain't gonna be from old age. Somebody gonna want revenge, somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros, left pocket got pounds. Somebody gonna want revenge, somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown. Touchdown, 8th floor, come down, hotel, lobby. Receptionist, what now? 11 a.m. check out. Might give her one foul just to tell her it's one now. How come? I need rest, no recess in my schedule. Right. Mama used to serve vegetables, now half the meals got tentacles. Right. Half the Emirates seen a reservation and half my money goes straight to taxes. But I don't trip about it, that's what happens when you got dreams closer than imagine. Plus all your boys got expensive habits. Go. I know what they're thinking, they don't even gotta say it. Nope. They thinking they just made it. I know how to make everybody feel famous. I don't gotta work no day shift. I don't gotta split no payment. I don't gotta answer questions. Right. And I don't need you to okay it. Yeah. Okay. 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay. I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay. All my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay. So when I die, I ain't gonna be from old age. Somebody gonna want revenge, somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros, left pocket got pounds. Somebody gonna want revenge, somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown.
They can't take it to 10. Hey.
Coach, thanks. Located appropriately for his career win total at 347 Don Shula Drive. There's a look at Hard Rock Stadium here in Miami, Florida. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between our visitors and the Miami Dolphins. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Go, Sack. Mike, 50 seconds. Let's go, Heavy. Let's go, Heavy. Let me what you got. Ready? What you got, Heavy? Give me something. Bravo. Here we go. 36. Shoot.
Here's the former number 2 pick, the Pro Bowler Saquon Barkley. And he'll hope that this is not a sign of what's in store as he has to fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, second down. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, second and 10. Here's a give to Barkley. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. Goodwin able to haul it in. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. Give him 15 yards on that one and a Charger first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Go.
A give to Barkley out of the gun. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. A handoff to Barkley. And an alley to run. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 16 yards, a first down. Relatively small sample size, but that's his longest run of the first quarter. Bounced it out to the outside to make it successful.
And to get there, you actually need some help. It's not just your pure speed getting to the corner, making sure that the blocking is taken care of inside so the pursuit doesn't get you. And oftentimes, those wide receivers, tight ends that might be flexed out, they've got to control the edge and make sure no one from the outside can spill the play before he gets there.
Darnold completes it. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
At the 28-yard line. Mike 57.
They're not ready for this, man. They're not ready for this. They still playing soccer. Lady. Y'all playing wrong. Lady. 49. Check 49. Check 49.
Running left, it's Barkley. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Hey, Steve 6. Steve 6.
57 for Mike.
Oh, 80.
3rd and long, it's Darnold. Flush to his right. He'll find Goodwin here on the right side. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. 3rd catch for him on this drive alone, and it'll give him a first down.
Jim.
A first down carry for Barkley. And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 to about the 4. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Ready for the 2nd quarter, and it's our visitors with the football as they've got it with a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Carry here for the big tight end. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
This offense has converted 2 third downs on this drive already. This is 3rd and 4. A shotgun snap for Darnold. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
Bullock's kick is good. And the Chargers grab themselves a 3-0 lead. So they get 3, certainly hoping for 6 after a 13-play drive.
So you console yourself on defense by saying you did your job, right? If they go 13 plays, you only give up a field goal, you did a nice job there. But here's the other part. 13 plays, you don't force any mistakes, you don't take the ball away. Maybe that's the way they should look at it.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 20-yard line.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. A shotgun snap for Love. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Out of the gun, Love. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. The veteran Jerry Hughes drops the hammer in the backfield. And when you go 5 wide like they just did there, you can't really max protect, can you?
No, you cannot. What you're hoping is that by going 5 wide, you're forcing the defense into coverage. And if you do that, you got a chance to find some people downfield. But if they audible themselves and go into a blitz, then it's got to happen right now.
Or lights out.
Or exactly right. Turn them out. That play's over.
31 yards on the punt there. And the Chargers will be set up pretty well as they take over in great field position. Here comes the Chargers offense now back out onto the field. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
That one good for 13 and a Charger first.
Hey, box drop.
A toss out to Barkley. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Hey, you got 3 down.
85, coming for you, here we go.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. I think you mentioned in the opening drive that these guys needed to establish the run, protect the young QB. I actually wrote that down, believe it or not. So how would you assess things so far?
I'm kind of touched that you actually wrote something like that down. I appreciate that, partner. But I do think they've been able to do that. Maybe not as effectively as they've wanted to, but I think we'll see more of as this game goes along because they want to continue to take care of that young QB.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll send you up to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there, and he'll have stats and scores from a busy Sunday in the NFL. And they'll try the air now with Darnold. Flushed out right. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. Marquise Goodwin, his first touchdown on the year. And the Chargers are going to add on to their lead. So a challenge coming down from the booth, and that's where these challenges come from, of course, in the final 2 minutes of the half.
Yeah, now we're going to New York, right? That's command central for the officials. They'll talk, they'll take a look at it, communicate with the referee at the game site, and issue a final decision because they do have the final call now.
A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good, and the lead grows to 10-0. set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken at his 4. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line.
The Dolphins take over first and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
But one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
To throw again on second down. Luck gets this to his running back, Tariq Cohen. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, making...
There he goes, right side. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Cameron Meredith, his first touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins have got it back to a one-score game.
I think if you polled defensive backs, they would say the corner route, take that out, make it illegal, because that is so hard to recognize and so hard to adjust, because your first move is to not get beat in the middle of the field, and that's how they move you first before they break off to the corner.
But then as the wide receiver, great job. It's tough to turn those upfield and go, but he did a great job with it there.
Really good balance, really good body control, and how about the end result? A touchdown.
25-yard line.
Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well, so that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field's still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards.
A gain of 14.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Mike 54. Mike 54. Let's pick it up.
On first and 10, Darnold. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Saquon Barkley running right. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9.
That was a good run, probably right on the edge of breaking into something really big. So the defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started?
One.
Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Here we go. Mike's 5-4. Mike's 5-4. Mike's 5-4.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo.
Throwing here on 3rd down, Darnold. He's got his man. It's Williams. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
54. Mike's 54. And let's get this.
Hey, exit.
54, right there, 54.
Darnold on first down. Man open, it's Goodwin. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we send you up to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Line 674. Line 54. Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go. 11. Watch the whip.
Now a play fake, and it's locked. He's going to loft this one deep left sideline. And is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked up by the rookie from Temple, Rock Ya-Sin. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Under pressure now, Darnold, and he goes down.
One thing they definitely like about this youngster is his motor. He is full throttle on each and every snap. Loves to get after the quarterback. That has to feel good to him right there. His first career sack.
Now a toss right to Barkley. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards the pickup there.
I know back in the good old days, just about every team was constructed to power run to the right side. We just saw a pitch to the right side that worked pretty well.
It's easier going to the right than the left?
It just used to be very simply that the right side was always the power side. I think that's just one of those old things. I'm not sure it's still the same, but on that play, it certainly felt like we were back to the future.
Yeah, and nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Brooks Reed in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked.
Hey, Haywood.
Check Mike 57. Mike 57. Crunch time, defense.
Throwing on second and long. Darnold. Rashard Matthews here on the catch. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for third down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Third and 2, Darnold. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. A good pickup there, 26 yards. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times, because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
He's coming. Double up. Hey, 80. He's coming. Double up.
They go back to the ground now with Barkley. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Saquon Barkley with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Chargers find a way to stretch their lead. A good, sustained drive there in this third quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
Mike
Right, 40.
I'm going to come back to you.
They'll start things on first with Torrey Cohen. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they're dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
Give them 14 on that one and a first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the gun, here's Love. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the rookie from Temple, Rocky Sin. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. Trying to disrupt Julio Jones there, the intended target. A little too close, got the flag thrown.
I'm not sure anyone can cover Julio Jones one-on-one for very long without getting their share of pass interference calls. His size, his speed, his physicality makes it almost impossible to do.
First down, a run with Cohen. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Tariq Cohen, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And thanks to the interception, the Dolphins offense cashes in with 6. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And the lead is down to 2. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
57. Check, 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 check. Check, check, check. Watch the shit. Watch the test.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Shit, shit, shit. Watch out, watch out, watch out. Lady. Lady. Buzz, be ready, be ready.
Hey, high 7.
57, Mike 57.
After the penalty, they go with Barkley. 9 big yards on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the 3rd quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the 4th quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
57 to Mike. 57 to Mike. Let's go.
2nd and 5 now. Darnold, and he slings one that's incomplete. The intended receiver, Marquise Goodwin, and it's 3rd and 5.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
57, Mike 57. Watch the run, watch the run. No.
From the gun on 3rd down, here's Darnold. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete.
Here we go.
Back now in Miami. It's been a good one so far. Just a 2-point game here as we get set for quarter number 4. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch.
You go tight. You got tight.
Now Saquon Barkley. And forget that 100-yard rushing game, at least for the moment, as he'll lose yardage here and fall back under the century mark for the game. Again, it's Barkley. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
I know the game's not over, but there's got to be a sense of satisfaction right now for the guy carrying the football a bunch today. 99 yards, and he has enough time to go over the century mark.
Well, you got to give it to him again, right?
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. You're not worried about losing yardage here. You're not worried about any of that. You just want to get him to the promised land for every runner. 100 yards or more in a game.
Darnold from the gun. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Goodwin. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
Every penalty so critical at this stage of the game as now they've got it 3rd and long. Here's Darnold. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Goodwin. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. What a game it's been for this duo.
They remind me of a good comedy team. They know how to play off of each other so well. No matter how one riffs, the other's right there to pick them up, and they are shredding them in this ball game.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. On the run, it's Barkley. That's a gain of 4 as we slip inside of 4 minutes left in regulation. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
Now a carry here for Orleans Darkwa. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go. To throw is Darnold. Got a man. It's complete. Williams. What a methodical drive. This is turning out to be, that time, 9 yards, and the sticks move again. Big hook up there. Forced to throw it on 3rd down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
The tackle made by Kareem Jackson.
2 minutes remain, and that's our score differential as well. 2 points here in the 4th quarter. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. They'll run it again with Barkley. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Saquon Barkley with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Chargers are going to add on to their lead. Important extra point up and through, and it might seal the deal as that makes it a two-score game here with not a lot of time remaining. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Try 40. Stay with your man.
Luck now to throw. This one complete to Jordan Reed. And right now, defensively, you love that, don't you? I mean, you'll give them that play.
And they'll take it every single time. This is almost like nickeling and diming it downfield, and too much time's going to run off the clock.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Tried to go for the big one there on 2nd down. Now they're likely down to their final 2 plays.
And you know they've got to keep going for the big shot, right? So defensively, you play what they call top down. Nothing behind you. Make everything get completed in front.
Luck now to throw. Jordan Reed has it. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Dolphins have a 1st down.
Like so many tight ends nowadays, they have no problem at all putting him in the slot and letting him go to work, and that's a nice pitch and catch right there for a 1st down.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40.
They really love to get him into one-on-one opportunities, and this is one way. Work him out of the slot and create a mismatch. Who's going to cover him? Corner, safety, linebacker? He's got a way to beat all of those positions.
The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So not quite a 1st down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard.
Here we go. Here we go. Safe. Mike's 50. Mike's 50.
Play action. It's locked. Throw left side taken in by Meredith. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. 12 yards there and a 1st down. Whether it's a touchdown or a field goal, whatever it is, they need to score quickly here on 1st down. Luck. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Cohen. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter. So look at this. They'll go for a field goal now to get within a score. And this is no good. Close, but he misses just left of the upright. And this score will stay right where it is. So they'll come away with nothing here. A disappointing result even on a day like this.
And as a kicker in the rain, you've got to slow things down a little bit. Give your holder an extra half second to make sure everything's secure. And here, he might have rushed this one a little, and it winds up no good.
Watch the run. Watch the run.
They begin with a run by Barkley. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
Mike 57. Come on, D.
They'll go to Barkley again. And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. So this crowd will not go home happy. It's a victory for our visitors, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that fourth quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the fourth quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for our visitors, it'll be a .500 start as the win gets them back to 2-2. And they'll get another road date next week. Meanwhile, for the Dolphins, the defeat is their first of the year as they drop to 3-1. And fortunately for them, they'll have the early bye next week as they return to action in Week 6. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin, along